What it is, home skillet biscuits, welcome to the Kool Down. I'm Caleb, and the first time that I realized I wanted to take dance seriously, I wasn't supposed to be in the room. So let me tell you about the time that I wasn't supposed to be in this dance class. At the time, dance came naturally to me. I was doing dances at weddings with my grandmother, and she's the one that taught me all the things that I know, especially with the line dances. And it just was something that I was surrounded with always. I just started junior year. I was in all the extracurricular activities, as I was in all the clubs, including JROTC, which took up a good portion of my life. And I don't know how I managed to do all that with time, because that is crazy. But I feel like teenage me was running on ambition and cafeteria pizza. You know, those square pizzas that we always loved, but like now, I personally wouldn't touch, you know. So if you were in ROTC, you didn't have to take gym or health because it was kind of embedded into the program. But for whatever reason, the high school gods decided to play a joke and put me in a gym class the first day. Cue annoyance. So I get to this gym class, I change into my athletic wear, I come back out and I'm just like waiting for something to happen, and the teacher comes out. He's like, all right, we got two activities today, or two choices. You can either go outside and do the laps and activities that we have planned for there, or you can stay in and take a dance class in the auditorium. I was like, dance class, let's do it. I can't tell you why that I chose that so fast. Maybe I can, but it's a long story. Anyway, so we get to the auditorium. There's about 7, 8 of us. And we're walking up to the stage, and there's this lady in baggy clothes, and she's got like gold jewelry on, and she's got her black hair pulled back, and there's like low hip hop beats in the background. It's like, ooh, this is a vibe. Okay, cool. And she's scanning all the students, including myself, with like all this nervous energy that we have, and like trying to like figure out what's about to happen. We hop on stage and we get into some sort of formation, and I end up being in the top left portion of the stage. I still don't know why I did that, but okay. But she starts talking about windows, and I'm just like, what? I'm used to being behind cadets in a squad or a platoon, so I have no idea what she's talking about when she's like windows. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, girl? The instructor introduces herself. She tells us a little backstory, and she tells us what we're gonna do today. She's like, hey, we're gonna, do some grooves, and then we're gonna do it into a combo using those grooves and other things, blah, blah, blah. I said, cool. So, you know that scene in the Cheetah Girls where they're in Barcelona, Cheetah Girls 2, I believe, and they're at the studio, and Raven's character goes, 5, 6, 7, and with the vocals, and then he goes, ooh, ooh. Okay, anyway, but it was that kind of vibe where she was like, and 5, 6, 7, like almost as if we knew what we were about to count up for. I was like, what are we counting? Like, again, the concept of dance and counting and spacing was so foreign to me. So I'm like, y'all know what to do? Because I don't know what to do. So I'm just gonna whatever, what? So she starts dancing in the grooves where I'm following her and I'm picking it up, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, sweet. I got this. She continues on and on to the next groove and on to the next groove. And I'm like continuing to slay, in my head at least. And then she's like, okay, we're gonna, use some of these grooves to do a combo. We're going through the combo and I'm picking it up. I'm just like, okay, I got this. And so towards the end of class, she comes up to me and she's like, have you danced before? I was like, I mean, at weddings, yeah, but like nothing professional, nothing like this. And she's like, you have something. I need you to keep that. I really need you to keep that. I said, okay, yeah. I don't think I realized how much that moment stayed with me. I walked into this gym class annoyed at scheduling, and I walked out of a dance class with this spark that I couldn't figure out why it was so just prevalent at the forefront of my brain until college. It kept lingering, it kept tapping me on the shoulder. And sometimes I wonder, I'm just like, had I not taken that class, would I be pursuing dance in the way that I am now? Like, would it be different at all? Because maybe I wasn't supposed to be in that class on paper, but maybe I was supposed to be in that room. Looking back, I don't think I understood how much that moment meant to me. It was one random day, one random class, one random mistake. Sometimes that's how a signal shows up, not as some dramatic announcement, but just like a small moment that keeps echoing. And I think what stood out to me the most is the fact that someone else outside of me, outside of my family, came up to me and really pointed it out. And I was like, oh, this is something that I can grow into. This is something worth nurturing. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe that's the lesson. Just because something comes easy to me doesn't mean it's not worth nurturing. Sometimes the things that are the easiest are the things that we just dismiss the fastest. So when I think about dance now, I think of that sparking moment. And honestly, the way it went and just someone else saying, getting, validating me about it. And that can go for a lot of things in my life, but a whole other story. But for now, I'm realizing that some rooms are mistakes on paper, but they're portals in practice. Make good choices.